In this episode, we're going to try and make a portable shot of espresso out in the backcountry. Well, here we are, folks, back at it again, out in the outdoors, enjoying life, and gonna talk coffee with you because there's nothing like being in the backcountry and making a pot of coffee, making a cup of coffee over a fire, over a compact stove, alcohol burner, you name it. There's just something for me especially very therapeutic about doing it. I love hiking in, and the first thing we do often is set up, get either the fire going or get the stove going and make ourselves a cup of coffee, and then get to testing out gear or just enjoying company and hanging out with each other or whatever it may be. There's just something so fun about that. But up until this point, there really hasn't been an opportunity to have a shot of espresso with that cup of joe, with that cup of coffee. You know, that's something that you get to enjoy at home. If you have an espresso maker, you go to your local coffee shop, whatever it is. Well, now there is an opportunity to go with you everywhere to have an espresso shot maker. The brand Wacaco, I believe is how you pronounce it, has created this Minipresso GR, is what they call it. This is a compact espresso maker. This is designed to make a shot of espresso for you anywhere, at home, at the office, or especially out in the backcountry like we are today. So I'm really excited to break this thing down, test it out with you. I've done about 25 shots with this so far, both at home, at the office, and in the backcountry. And I am looking forward to seeing and showing you guys what it can do. And is it really gonna give us a quality shot of espresso? Is it kind of a gimmick? Or is it something that now all you coffee lovers must get to take with you anywhere and everywhere? So let's So awesome how self-contained this thing is. So let's go ahead and break it down. It's going to give you a little cup that you could just put the shots into by itself and just drink straight shots if you want to do that. And then you're going to take a look at the reservoir that comes on the other side. That's going to be 2.3 ounces or 70 milliliters of water that those will contain, and that's how big your shot will be. And then there is the little scooper that is also included that fits inside that will give you the scoops for the grounds, and that will equal about 0.8. Then you have the ground container where you put the grounds in, and that will be able to hold 8 grams or 0.28 ounces worth of coffee grounds. And then you have the nozzle piece itself with the pressurized component where the espresso will pour out of. So it's very simple to pour in, fill, and get the grounds in there, twist on. Now I am also using fine grounds, so I've done that manually. You can also purchase that if you need to, but I would say if you are purchasing this, to definitely have something that can either hand crank, which my GSI Java mill can absolutely give me the ground texture that I need, as well as any motorized grinder can give you that fine grind that you would want for an espresso shot. All right, once the hot water is ready to go, you go ahead and pour that into your reservoir. Seat it in and twist. Now make sure not to overflow that, because then you'll have hot water pouring all over your hands. You just seat it and twist it a little half turn and you're good to go. You twist out the knob for the pressure, and then the pressure is going to be 8 bars or 116 PSI, which when you look at a professional grade espresso maker, those are 9 bars of pressure. So this is almost to spec of what a professional like coffee shop espresso maker will produce. You got to give it a couple pumps and it'll start going out, and it's going to give you your like the little froth on top. I mean, it is insane how this little thing works, and it's all again just done by hand pressure and that little pump. Then you just disassemble it, which is very simple. I pump it a couple times because there's always a little residual hot water in there just to depress it out, and then you can remove the little ground reservoir, tap it. Very simple, clean, and you're ready to do your next shot of espresso. And just to give you a few other basic specs on the item, and again, I mean, this feels very well built. I've had it for over a month now, done several shots. I would say about 40 shots is what I'm at right now, without any sort of issue, no misfires or any sort of problems like that. This is going to weigh in at 0.8 pounds or 360 grams, and it's going to be 6.8 9 inches long or 175 millimeters long. Now, the cool thing is they have since come out with a couple more, not only accessories, but options that you can look at. So when this came out, this was the only one that was available, and that was actually gifted to me, which is super awesome. Thanks, Mike and Lucretia. You guys are amazing. They know how much I love coffee. But now they have what they call the Nano Press, and that one is going to be 0.74 pounds or 336 grams, and it will make the exact same amount. It's just a more compact size. It's going to be 6.14 inches long, so it's going to be shorter, and it's going to weigh just a little bit less. And the crazy thing, I don't know how they've done this, is now that one has 18 bars of pressure or 261 psi in the little mini one. So I'm sure that's even more potent, more tasty, and producing an even better cup of coffee. You could take a look into that one. That one is going to be a little bit more expensive, and I'll transition now into just the price point as a whole. The one that we're looking at and testing out, which is the original, is going to be $50. And so, you know, that's definitely, you got to justify a lot of coffee and love a lot of coffee and be into wanting shots of espresso everywhere you go to justify $50. The compact version is $65 on Amazon. We're going to have links in the description below over to Amazon, as well as several other sites that we regularly recommend to you guys. We really appreciate your support using those hyperlinks, regardless if you're looking at this product or using any other items that you may be interested in. When you use those hyperlinks we offer to you, helps me continue to get out here and make content just like this. But now they also have like a hardened case option. The one that I have is just a cloth bag, so that it even protects the item a little bit more. They have a Minipresso accessory kit with a couple extra little cups that you can do. There's a couple of different little cool options that are out there that you can take a look at, as well as a larger reservoir, so you could do a double shot if you wanted to. So there are accessories, there are options. I'll have several of them again in those Amazon links below that you can take a look at. And before we wrap this all up, folks, it's all about the taste. It's all about more than just having a cup of coffee, as well as the fact that it tastes like a shot of espresso. If I go to any local coffee shop and I order a shot of espresso and then I make one right next to this with the same cup of coffee, I would be hard-pressed to be able to tell the difference if it was a blind test. All right, here we go down the hatch. It's time to take some shots of espresso. Well, this is the cylinder of destiny. If you are into coffee and you're addicted to espresso, needing espresso, or just love coffee and wanting to crank up your enjoyment of it everywhere you go. Folks, this thing is like the holy grail of the nectar of the gods of espresso shots, and it is doing everything that it claims. I love the build quality. I love everything about it. Is it a little ridiculous? Is it for the average Joe, for a cup of Joe? Probably not. But for everything that I'm seeing, it's a great do-everything espresso maker for every part of life. In the morning, when you wake up every day, or on a camping trip, backpacking trip, anywhere in between. But, I mean, obviously, you got to be really addicted to coffee to especially pack it in, carry the extra weight. It is a little heavy. You know, if it was half the weight, then that would definitely help make it even more portable, make more sense in a backpacking scenario where you're counting every ounce. I mean, you really got to love coffee too in a backpacking scenario to take it, but it is rather compact, and it is going to give you some fantastic tasting espresso shots for that either just quick jolt of energy that you need, or for that extra kick in your cup of coffee. So, folks, thank you so much for coming over here today. I do hope that this video has helped you out, showing you what this item can do, whether or not it's going to be something worth investing in for you, or if it's something just to pass on. It's a novelty that you're like, yeah, it's cool, but it's something I'll never need. I always want to do that in these videos, show you what these things can do, what they can't do, so you can spend your hard-earned money wisely. So, thank you, as always, for coming over here and checking out the channel. Please subscribe if you're not a current subscriber, throwing up videos every single week. Please check us out on all the relevant social media as well, Instagram, Facebook, doing stuff there all the time. And don't forget about the mailbag. Put hashtag mailbag. I'd love to hear your guys' coffee questions. Ask me some coffee questions, anything and everything, whatever it may be. And you might see it answered in an upcoming video, especially in our Gideon's Tactical Show that airs every Saturday. And finally, guys, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.